directing the play The Divorce by Leandro Cantu. And let the show begin. Action.
I'm home.
Hi, you're home early?
Well, I got your message. What was so important that you had to pay a messenger? How much did it cost you?
What's it to you? You work on Wall Street. And I don't know why we're still living here. I mean, you always talk about how you want to have poker night with the boys, and yet you don't bring them here. Why? Are you embarrassed of me? Or where we live?
Don't you ever stop nagging?
Apparently not. But we could have moved, Sal. We could have moved. What the messenger was supposed to tell you was that the lawyer brought the divorce papers early this afternoon.
Are you sure you still want to do this?
I never wanted it. All I know is that we never loved each other, and here we are.
Come on, Francie, don't think that way. I mean, we're still young.
I'm 30, Sal. I'm 30. What chance do I have? There's nothing left for me anymore. I'm 30. Mr. Wilson at the office was 30 when I started working there. All the women thought he was eligible. He was, and every woman who wasn't married wanted him.
Did you sleep with him?
No! God, no, Sal! I wasn't even finished with my thought. You never listened to me. I was going to say that it's different for a man being single and 30. It's nothing for me now.
It's 1945. The war is over. Anything is possible.
Sure, sounds real promising.
So when did you know it was over?
Hey, Sal!
What?
Can you come here? This nice lady came by today, and she was talking about how couples don't want to have so many babies. There's something we can do about it. They call it contraceptives. She was saying that it's perfectly safe and that all the doctors have been recommending it, and well, I was going to buy a packet, but she gave them to me for free.
Baby, we're Catholic. It's against our religion. The Pope said so. How could you bring this floozy into our home without telling me? You are my wife, and that is the very least you could do for me. Believe me, if I could do anything to prevent from having a baby, I would. I didn't want this one from the beginning.
Feeling the ping of pain all across her womb, she knew something wasn't right. In the midst of the pain, the active baby inside her was no longer moving. She came home the next day, and Salvador knew that their child was gone. And Francie was convinced that Salvador's words were what killed her child. And that was why
I couldn't love you anymore. I hated myself because I knew you didn't love me. I mean, it was the little things, even before that. The little things that you said, the little things that you did. But I loved you then and even before.
I know. You used to walk by my house many times every night.
And that was just for you to get to notice me.
Do you remember our first date?
Do I ever? You spilled your drink all over me.
We got married too soon. We were only dating a couple of months, but I was desperate to get out. My friends always told me I should just move out, but I couldn't. My entire paycheck went to my parents. Every time my mother looked at me, I'd cringe.
We were both desperate to get out. You had an overbearing mother and mine hated me. She hated me because I was young. But nonetheless, I loved you then and even before. I love you, Sal. I said I love you, Sal.
Ugh.
God, I never thought I'd hear silence quite so out loud.
Some said she would be better off without him, but they don't know him like she does. At least the sides she thought she knew. Her dignity, as seen to everyone else, has come undone. But she won't go without a fight. She can't do it on her own. If this isn't love, then what is? She's willing to take that risk.
Francie! Oh, Francie! Sally, come in. Is he gone? Is who gone? Sal. I thought you two were getting a divorce. After all, Francie, you know you deserve love too. I only listened to you about the divorce because I was thinking about Salvador. He deserves to be happy too. Fine. Sure.
Yeah, honestly.
A bit loud.
Honestly, Sally,
Honestly, Sally, I only listened to you because I was thinking about Salvador and his future. He deserves to be happy too. Lime.
I don't know what to do.
But I don't know what to do or where to go. I can't go home to my mama. Think about what your dad would say. Out of you and your brother, you were the one who loved the most. God rest his soul. But he was a drunk. And he felt bad that I was suffering the same way Mama was. And I'm sure he was afraid of that too. As for Neely, he knew that if Neely wasn't careful, he could end up just like him. And that's why Mama knows that. And that's why she asked if she could put him through high school instead of me. And I said yes, because I didn't want it to repeat over and over again. It's a sad life to live. Fine. Grandma Alfreda paid for us to fly to Ireland to bury him. Mama was lucky she had a policy on their lives. You know your parents were big on love. Love was a big thing for your mom. Why?
Mama always told me she loved me.
Mama always told me she loved him. My Johnny, she'd call him. Sometimes I'd call him that too. She also had a lot of grief because of him. He could never hold a job, she said. And now that I remember, she was right. She would work the most. But he loved her from the very moment he saw her. And oh, Sally, it was spectacular to see them in love. Then you know your father would have wanted you to have a love like theirs. Well, not exactly a life like theirs either. But it's too late for me now. But it's not too late for Salvador. And he deserves to be happy too. Wow, it's a shame to see you in this problem that you're in. Fancy, look, I gotta meet Frank soon. Good night. Sal?
What is it, Francie?
I only offered the divorce because I was thinking about you and your future. You deserve to be happy too.
What about you?
What about me?
Don't you deserve the same?
No. If I landed a husband that didn't love me from the beginning, then there's nothing left for me anymore. I signed my part of the divorce papers. Now it's your turn. I don't want to do this, but it's the right thing to do. I left the papers next to the piano. parlor.
Where would you go?
I don't know, maybe live with Frank or Sally, or my mama. You'll never know.
Francie, you don't gotta do this. We can live here fine together. There are so many possibilities.
No. This is something I need to do for you. Supper's waiting on the table.
Francie? 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 Francie?
Lights on.
Lights up.
And